Hey, I'm Alex Ratcliffe from Board Game Co., and these are the upcoming crowdfunding campaigns for the month of May. We're going to be going through 23 campaigns today. As usual, you know the drill. Some of these I know a lot more information about, some of them I know very little information about, but we're going to be going ahead and telling you when to expect these campaigns. Although, on that note, as far as when to expect them, make sure to go ahead and subscribe to Shelf Clutter. I do these videos once a month. He does these videos every single week, which means two things. It means he has the most up-to-date information, the cancellations, the changes, the additions, basically all the newest information about the campaigns. He has that for you. I just got whatever I have as of right now before we launch into the rest of May. Additionally, in an effort to keep this video series a reasonable length, I don't cover every single upcoming campaign in the month of May, but he is doing this every single week, which means he has more room to cover more campaigns, so he has more of those campaigns. So if you want more information and the most updated information, he does these videos every single week. But with that said, let's go ahead and dive into the upcoming campaigns. We will be starting as we usually do with May 1st over here, and we have Lifeboats, Plank of Carnades, I'm not entirely sure how to pronounce that word. Lifeboats. We have Lifeboats coming to you from Mayday Games. They are bringing Lifeboats back. Lifeboats is a pure negotiation game about who's going to be, who's going to have space for them on the lifeboat. It's generally a very well regarded, it's a harder to find old school negotiation game. Think games like Chinatown or the most recent Zuvadis. This is basically a bunch of players yelling at each other and betraying each other as they try to figure out who has space on the various lifeboats in this game. But it's coming back to print. Go ahead and check that out. That's going to be coming May 1st. Then we have May 4th over here, Lord of Conspiracy, Light and Darkness, with a very Darkest Dungeon art style vibe. I honestly don't know a lot about how this campaign plays. I even went through the page a whole bunch, couldn't really figure it out. There's something that you're trying to figure out, that's part of the game, but I didn't get a good sense of it from the campaign page itself. But hey, it looks cool, it's got good art, and it's Lord of Conspiracy, Light and Darkness coming May 4th. Then we have Casus Belli from Wallace Designs. This is an epic 4X game designed by Martin Wallace. This is going to be launching again, I think May 4th or May 5th, something like that. Epic 4X game, build decks, explore new worlds. I believe it's based off of the general same system as A Few Acres of Snow, while being very much its own beast. There's a lot of games at this point that have used the A Few Acres of Snow system, and that makes sense. It's his design. He's done a bunch of games with his system, but there's been other games as well, not designed by him using that system. But either way, a 4X game, lots of factions. They have a note about the art is constantly being updated, and they're listening to feedback and all of that stuff. But outside of that, that's Casus Belli from Wallace Designs, May 5th. Then we have May 6th, we have a few campaigns. We have Mighty Shot. This is going to be a relaunch campaign. They launched, cancelled, and now they are relaunching. Mighty Shot is a dexterity clash, tactics and dexterity clash. Basically, you have to be mindful of both the tactics of the game, but also you are playing a dexterity game where you are flicking discs along a little pad whenever you're trying to strike your opponent. You can be dealing with your minions as well as your opponent's boss, trying to take them down and reduce their health in this dexterity game that also has a lot of tactics and asymmetric factions in it. Then from there, we have another May 5th campaign. We have Rotation Rumble. Rotation Rumble is a micro card game with a micro battle card game with a twist. Literally a twist. You're going to have these micro cards that go into a small little pack, carry it with you where you want, and then you can rotate the cards as you basically twist your way into a battle with each other. We have another May 5th campaign, or we have May 6th. I think they're all May 6th campaigns. We have Sprites and Sprouts coming to you from Open Owl Studios, one of the bigger campaigns that we have today. This is built in the world of Mythwind, but a very different game. It's kind of like a farming simulator to it. Well, I mean, Mythwind's a farming simulator, but a very different game. Go ahead and check out the video. They have a little video on the page over here. I didn't get a strong sense of the actual gameplay from it, but there's farms and crops and things you're doing with those farms and crops, so, farming simulator to a degree. Plant magical crops, deal with them in a game of enchanted farming. Again, don't have a ton of information on the actual gameplay, but coming to you from Open Owl Studios, who've done Mythwind as well as a lot of other games. Then we have on May 7th, we have Rumian. Share the kingdom of Rumian, build, trade, battle, and outsmart your opponents. You're going to be engaging in combat, influencing the kingdom, trading, rolling in battle, embarking on exciting quests, all of this kind of stuff as you go through the world of Rumian on May 7th. Then on May 11th, we have Titan Zero. This is coming from King Raccoon Games. It was previously TDO, something like that. TDO, I think Titan Defense, some organization, whatever it was. But it previously had a different name if you saw that. Now it's being rebranded as Titan Zero. It's a cooperative game of taking down these epic titans using your combination of highly asymmetric characters and trying to ensure that the various asymmetric titans are defeated before they wreak too much havoc in the world. I had a chance to play this one. I really like the gameplay. The look of it, I'm not a huge fan of the look of it, but the gameplay itself was very satisfying. A very solid puzzle that I really enjoyed. Kind of felt like Marvel United, but like much powered up in terms of the synergies and the combinations and the abilities that are going on here. Then we have Neomorphosis Soundtrack, another May 11th campaign. We have Neomorphosis Soundtrack soundtrack and 10 Years of the Order of the Vampire Hunters. This is soundtrack label aside, this is Morphosis and the Order of the Vampire Hunters remaining stock on both of those games. So if you're interested in either of those games, say a cooperative survival game in space, or Vampire Hunters, a cooperative survival game in vampires, trying to stay alive and defeat your enemies, coming to you from Darkgate Games. That's going to be launching May 11th. We have a May 13th campaign. This is 3 Magi. 3 Magi coming to you from Bedouin Games, who have done a bunch of these more biblically themed games, Tower of Babel, The Flood. We now have 3 Magi. As you go with these various Magi, lead the 3 Magi on a sacred journey. You're going to be traversing the desert in this game with your Magi, trying to optimize your scoring along the way. There's a few things on the campaign page, not a lot here yet. Then we have Roblins. Roblins from Baroque Games. This is kind of feels like almost like a mix between Carcassonne and Hiroshima Hex, or at least from what I saw of the game. I'm not entirely sure if that's accurate, but it kind of got that general vibe. You're placing tiles down, creating your grid, both creating a Carcassonne-like grid, but also creating a tactical grid as far as how you place your tiles, hence the Hiroshima Hex aspect, as you place your Roblins, I guess Roblins, probably not goblins with a name like that, down into the grid to optimize your score. Then we have a May 13th campaign, Brightview Haunting over here. Save your friends as Exorcist or possess all as the Whisperer in this 1 vs. many cooperative board game. So it's 1 vs. many, that tells you a lot already, but that's kind of all I know about this one, at least so far. Then we have another May 13th campaign, Rewild South America. This is a tile placement, scoring optimization game coming to you from Mark Drawer, the creators of Zoo Tycoon, but this is basically you're placing tiles down into your grid, you're trying to use those tiles to attract various cards on display, and ultimately trying to optimize your grid based on the animals you attract, the tiles you place, and managing your resources and card play in Rewild South America. I'd say it's like an abstract plus, like not really abstract. I think abstract in the way Cascadia is an abstract. It's kind of got that vibe to the overall gameplay. Then we have May 15th, we have Ascendia Seasons of Change, Craft, Explore, Trade, and Fight, coming to you from SBG Editions. This is going to have you going through the world of Ascendia, as the world slowly turns from summer to winter, and as you try to survive with the various characters in the changing seasons, gateway game, multiple routes to victory, shape your destiny. Honestly, I can keep going. This campaign page, this preview page, is very, 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 very long. Then we have BONESWAY Luminis Refuge from Red Kingdom Games. This is going to be a post-apocalyptic story game, sort of like it's a storybook. Like, think Plaid Hat games where you have these storybooks where you're going through them like that. So it's an adventure post-apocalyptic storybook game coming to you from Red Kingdom Games. Beautiful art, beautiful production. I haven't had a chance to play this one myself, but overall it does look very cool. Then we have from there launching on May 20th. We have a few May 20th campaigns here. We have Sauros. This one was supposed to launch last month, I believe, but it got pushed off. We have coming to you from Tangerine Games, a puzzly dinosaur board game featuring chunky tiles as you place them down and try to score as many points as possible. We have Halfling's Best Chef launching May 20th as well. Be the best innkeeper of the 7 Shires in this dice placement game. I don't have a lot on the gameplay itself, but it's dice placement, and that's usually enough for me to be interested already. Then we have Pathfinder Quest. This is not an RPG. This is a board game set in the world of Pathfinder, which I guess we've had before. We had the whole Pathfinder adventure game, but coming to you from Paizo. This is a cooperative adventure board game set in the Pathfinder universe. Past that, don't have a lot of information on it, but it's Pathfinder. It's RPG adjacent, but in a board game form this time around. Then we have a May 27th campaign. We have Tomb Raider, the Crypt of Chronos, coming to you from Iconic Studios. This is giving you Tomb Raider both in campaign and single-shot gameplay. You're going to be engaging with Tomb Raider as well as various characters in a race against time as you fight off the various baddies, do what you need to do with 2 game modes, an adventure book of 20 to 60 minute scenarios, and a full-on island campaign mode that you can go through as well, which I like that aspect. I like the fact that you're not locked into a campaign, but you have the choice of a campaign if you want to. Then we have coming May 27th as well, we have Nexus, the card game from Red Zen Games. Nexus is a fast-paced 1 vs. 1 card game. Highly recommend checking out the video on this one. I thought it was very well done, but this is taking that kind of smash-up vibe where you have 2 characters or 2 classes, so you combine, let's say, pirates and vampires, or Vikings and ninjas, or whatever it is. You combine those 2 classes, that gives you your deck, and then you go 1-to-1 in a fast-paced head-to-head card game utilizing the 2 classes you have. So it's not deck building, it's not a TCG, it's a card game where you combine factions and then use the abilities. Again, we've seen lots of games that do this type of system in different ways. Smash Up obviously being a very different, like kind of more of an area control game, but lots of games that take this kind of Smash Up concept. I am very intrigued. I love the art over on this, and I like the idea of it. The question ultimately is going to come down to the gameplay. Is the gameplay satisfying, and is it fun to mix up classes, or is it more of a gimmick and less actually fun? I will be playing it, so I will have thoughts on it. I just haven't played it as of the filming of this video. And then we have 3 more campaigns before we end this short month this month. But we have 3 more campaigns. 3 more campaigns to go through. These are all unspecified in May. Probably in May. I should say probably in May, but unspecified. We have Seas of Havoc, First Mates, and reprint coming to you from Rock Banner Games. This is an expansion and reprint for Seas of Havoc, which is generally well received in this piratey adventure game. Then we have Dawn of Madness Complete Collection coming to you from Dimension Games. They are coming back with Dawn of Madness as well as some additional content for Dawn of Madness, bringing you more content to this kind of haunted exploration game where you take control of these characters, explore their backstories while trying to survive against the various horrors that you face. And then we lastly have Shallow Regrets coming to you from Button Shy Games. This one's an interesting one because if you've seen Deep Regrets, this is basically kind of based off Deep Regrets, but it's a Shallow Regrets version. It's designed by the same person, Judson Cohen. And again, check out Deep Regrets. Full campaign, full game, everything. Generally great art, but this is bringing you a small 18-card game in that universe, which I thought was absolutely fascinating. I love the look of it, curious on the gameplay. Button Shy always has a chance to knock it out of the park with me, and sometimes less so. It's game by game. And those are going to be your 23 campaigns that you have coming up in May. Again, reminder to subscribe to Shelf Clutter if you want, well, more campaigns. But outside of that, as far as my picks of the month, we have, well, 3 as we usually do. My pick number 3 is going to be Tomb Raider. I am intrigued by this one. I'm always a little wary of big, sprawling games. I'm also wary of IP games, but for whatever reason, this one has me a bit more interested than some of those generally do, and I don't know why. But maybe I just like Tomb Raider, I don't know, but I am intrigued by Tomb Raider, so we'll see how that one goes. Then we have Shallow Regrets. This one, the art looks great. I am very intrigued about the porting of a big box experience to a small box game. Curious to see how that one plays out. And then lastly, my easy pick of the month is Nexus. I have not played this, so it's a cautionary pick of the month. Sometimes there are games that I've played and I know and I like. Other times there are games that I want to find out more about, but I love the art. I love the idea of smashing up 2 decks together. I always have. Whenever a game has that concept, like mix together these 2 factions, like I love that because that to me provides like nearly infinite variable gameplay. If you have like 10 factions, that's a ton of combinations and so many ways to play, and I want to engage with those. Ultimately, the game has to deliver, so this is a very cautionary pick of the month as far as my interest level versus will it or will it not stick the landing. And those are your campaigns for the month of May. Until next time, I'm Alex Radcliffe from Board Game Co. Hope you found this helpful in some way, and as always, I hope you have a good one. I was kicked out of mime school recently. They wouldn't tell me why, but I'm sure it was something I said.